All right. I love when the band just like, boom.
You're asking yourself that question, how much do you take the conceptual information from the design into consideration?
You mean like the show concept, like what's the story, things
Yeah,
like that?
yeah.
Very deeply. I mean, that's the whole thing. I guess that's
Hmm.
I think if marching band didn't do stories, I don't know if my career would exist so solidly as it does. Right? Like I don't think there'd be as much emphasis on sound design and electronics. Sure, we'd be miking stuff. We'd probably be throwing in some booms and impacts and whatnot, but I don't know if necessarily it would be as deep as it is right now if there wasn't this storyline. So that's right. Usually, one of the first things I do is a pre-show. Right there, that's it. I'm all about what the story is. I don't just make pretty pads and ambient unless I get asked to. Like I do sometimes get asked. Like we just want a drone. I'm like, oh, I'll make a drone. Yeah, no problem. But usually they want something that sets the scene, and it's an incredibly important for me to make sure that I get that right. I really, really, if the show is going to be about outer space, it's got to be like we've got to have sounds that instantly put you there. Instantly put you there, and then throughout the entire show too, I am always considering this, and I'm always trying to reference back to earlier sounds. So I try and like present a palette in the pre-show, and then every once in a while I'll take a little bit and sprinkle it back in, and you might notice it and you might not, and especially at the ending too, the very end of it. I'll oftentimes, so the pre-show at the beginning, you do the show, and then we have the ending, and I have a soft spot for soft endings. All right, I love when the band just like boom, they hit, and then the crowd is cheering and no one probably hears it anyway, but I don't care, because what I like to do is I want the band to hit, and I want there to be like 10 to 20 seconds of just like there it goes, off into the distance. We're getting some flashbacks to the beginning. We're closing it out. We're rounding it out. It's a soft ending, right? The band hits, and then you have a trailing electronic soundscape behind it that just sort of like acts as the credits. The credits are rolling, the sound is going, the audience is clapping. Usually people aren't going to hear it, but it's happening. And I love that. And if people listen to that, then they are going to get little reference points back to earlier parts in the show. I like to kind of reprise the electronics in that way, you know. So that's something that whenever I can, I try and put like a 10, 15-second soft ending to a show if it's appropriate.